Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Just Saying Podcast. Today, we're going to switch gears a little bit and switch into the entrepreneurship side. Season 6 needs an EntrepreNEGUS episode. At this point, I really have no idea which number I'm on, but definitely the name will be in the title and which number we're on. But this one, I wanted to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about the nature of the beast as far as entrepreneurship goes, because I hear that phrase a lot. I've said it a lot. And it kind of just hit me like, when you know the nature of the beast, you have to know the beast's nature. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing just to get into a space where, you feel good and you feel comfortable and you feel confident addressing that there's the nature of the beast. Something happens because the beast wills it to happen, or the beast said it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to do those, but it's a whole different dynamic and a whole different game to know the nature's beast, the beast's nature, right? And I think that's something that, as far as entrepreneurship goes, it hinders a lot of people, because when we first hop into it, or if you've been into it for a decent amount of time or whatnot, there comes a point where you reach this is just the nature of the beast. And it's like, so what do you do with the nature of the beast? You feel me? What is the beast other than something that you're supposed to be able to tame and you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say control, but you're supposed to be able to tame it, and you're supposed to be able to make sure that it works for you. You feel what I'm saying? Not in the sense that you're gonna work for it. And so this conversation pretty much came about because I was having a conversation with somebody about trading. And because on my Master the Market page, I post like trades of the day, which is just random shit, and I just analyze it like on the spot. And so in analyzing that, it was like the stop out came and it was like, oh, it's the nature of the beast. And I was able to explain why that happened. And they were like, sometimes you win some, you lose some. I said, yeah, but you're supposed to be able to control your wins. You feel what I'm saying? And control your losses. And that is a part of the beast's nature. When you know that there is a nature of the beast, it's on you to know what that beast nature is so you can tame it and you can control the surroundings and the circumstances that you're in. And I feel like this applies to all forms of entrepreneurship, because that's one of the pieces that actually limits people, and it kind of, I don't say stifles them, but it makes a lot of people quit in the beginning, because it's like, when you constantly hear it's the nature of the beast, you think this is just the way shit is supposed to go. You like, yo, it's supposed to be like this. It's not. It's supposed to be like this when you don't understand the beast's nature, because you don't know how to tame the beast. You feel what I'm saying? It's in learning how to tame the beast that you're able to look and say, okay, this is different. Now I have to do something different. Now I know what I need to do. I know where, what makes this tick, what makes this part go up, what makes this part go down, how I approach this scenario, how I, it's different levels and it's different things that are tied and connected to that. And I think it's imperative that we address that from the entrepreneurship side, because I watch a lot of people get defeated by that same component of it's the nature of the beast. In the beginning stages of what I started, I got, very, very disheartened, and I got very, defeated a lot of times because it's the nature of the beast. I kept telling myself that to try to justify why something wasn't working, or to justify, why I was stuck at something. And then my reality changed when I started to say, well, what's the beast's nature? When I started to approach what's the beast's nature, it changed my dynamic, because it was no longer just about being the nature of the beast. It was like, how the fuck do I tame this motherfucker? And when I started to get into that point, that's when things started to really change on a whole different level, because I started to learn more. I started to acquire more skills, a lot more resources, started to reach out to the right people, as opposed to just getting reassurance from people as, what I should and shouldn't be doing. I learned how to actually seek advice and get it from the people who are there, because I learned the beast's nature, so you know how to tame it. But before we dive into that, be sure to follow me on the Just Sing podcast, and be sure to check out my website I said that wrong. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at the Just Sing Podcast. I'm getting used to this because, real quick, my other page, the main page, is dead. So for the last 140 something episodes, it's going to say _, just _saying _. I'm done. that's dead. So follow me on Instagram at the Just Seen Podcast. Be sure to check out my website at IamJustSeen.com to get all things that are just seen. To all who tip and sponsor to the podcast, to all who tip, donate, and sponsor to the podcast, you are greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. To all who would like to tip, donate, and sponsor the podcast, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of your podcast. Not the episode, but the podcast itself. Cash App and PayPal are just fine. That's that for this, and that's this for that. That's that for this, and that's this for that. So when we come back, we're gonna dive straight into EntrepreNEGUS, whatever number I'm on now, the nature of the beast. Oh yeah, and don't forget to visit IamJustSeen.com. There you can get all things just seen. You want to add the Soul series to your library? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to learn how to master the market for serious trading and investing? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You ever want to just chat with Seen about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at IamJustSeen.com. So just take a quick peek into my world and see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it. You will never see it unless you visit IamJustSeen.com. All right, welcome back. And without further ado, we're going to hop straight into EntrepreNEGUS, whatever number we on, the nature of the beast. But you feel me? Yeah, this is the nature of the beast is like, it's so cliche. It's such an overly used freaking phrase that people, I don't know, we get wrapped up in the illusion of it and the intimidation factor that it presents. Oh, that's the nature of the beast. It's like, so at some point, like, you got to think about it. To somebody, a beast is a pet. Like, that's where I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna try to center around here, but to some people, a beast is a pet. Like, you feel what I'm saying? There's people who have sharks in their houses and tanks. You feel what I'm saying? And there's sharks in a tank. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, and I know y'all probably gonna get tired of me making this reference when it comes to entrepreneurship. The orca whale, bro. Like, you feel me? Shamu was still an orca. Shamu was a killer whale, right? The orca is the killer whale, but Shamu ain't no orca. And ain't no orcas Shamu. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the nature of the beast, you have to figure out what the beast nature is. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like at any given moment, any beast can become somebody's pet. You feel me? But it's like, how do you understand it to where you're able to make it your pet? You feel what I'm saying? You make it your pet. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that's the theme of what I want to talk about today, because it's like, I don't think we understand that capacity, and we don't utilize that dynamic well enough to be able to think of anything else. I think the nature of the beast, that phrase and that cliche, is just a matter of how well we how much we fear. You feel me? How much we fear doing the next thing, how much we fear going to the next phase, how much we fear expressing the true reality of what's really going on. Because that level of accountability, that level of accountability and responsibility that we had to take on to tame that motherfucker, nobody really wants to tap into that. Nobody really wants to use that. Nobody really wants to do that. So it's like, I could rather say it's just the nature of the beast to justify why I'm stuck, to justify why I don't want to be here. And now, as far as the entrepreneurs listening to this, it's not like to bash you or anything like that, or to say, you're making excuses for what you do. It is the nature of the beast. You feel me? There's no way around that shit. But my theme here is to show you and to talk about that you got to know the beast nature. You feel me? You know that it's the nature of the beast. You feel me? And it goes into looking at from the dynamics of, animals. You feel what I'm saying? You know what the fuck a lion will do to you. You know what a cheetah will do to you. You know what these animals will do to you. So you know the nature of the beast, right? I mean, the nature of the beast of what it's going to do. But then when you know the beast nature, some of them aren't violent. You feel me? Some of them be chilling. Some of them be in trees and shit, just taking naps and shit, because that's the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? And this came about mainly because, like, I was talking to one of my, I think it was I don't know if they were my student or not. I really can't recall at this point, but we were talking about trading and investing or whatever the case may be. It was definitely trading. And they were like, they got stopped out. And then I was like, yeah, I said, you got into it early. Well, it's just the nature of the beast, man. You can't know when it's, yes, you can. You can know what's about to happen before that happens. And you can see a stop out and you can get in after the stop out, or you can get on the point that's about to stop you out when you know the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? And I'd be telling people that it comes from a perspective of you have to understand the full dynamic of the market, know how the big players think, know how these different dynamics play out. And it will give you the beast nature. Everything that we expose ourselves to, everything that we're involved in, everything that we learn is tied to a nature of some sort. So flip it. You feel me? Learn to take the power out of it. Don't just say, you know what I'm saying? I'm going for like the nature of the beast won't allow this to happen, or it's the nature of the beast that's making this too hard. Because when we define it as that, and when we speak on it from that perspective, as far as entrepreneurship, what we're telling ourselves is that the nature of the beast supersedes our reality and our capacity to actually understand something. You feel what I'm saying? Because now when we look at a beast or whatever the case may be, I don't know the motherfucking name. I think it was Aristotle or one of the motherfucking Greek philosophers. The motherfucker said, he was like, in solitude, you can't tell the difference between a wild beast and a god. You feel what I'm saying? From a numerology standpoint, you have a 6 and a 9. The 6 spirals down and represents the beast. The 9 spirals up represents the divine, the God number, right? Drake said in the line, turn the 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Turn the 6 to, you know what I'm saying, to your deified perspective. So, but where that comes in is like the difference between the beast and the God is understanding. It's the level of a mind. It's the level of the mind, and it's how well you can understand it. You feel what I'm saying? So when we see the nature of the beast, a beast is wild, it's untamed, but you can tame a beast when you understand it. You feel what I'm saying? When you understand it. Like I hear stories about, I mean, I can't validate this. All I can do is go by the stories that I hear. But I heard a story from my mom and her siblings about their dad and shit, because I ain't never get to meet him. But my granddad, he used to have a wolf. And I was like, man, it wasn't a wolf? It was a husky or something like that. She like, they're like, nah, bro, he had a wolf and he only listened to him. And I was like, the fuck you mean he had a wolf? Like, bro, they was like, it was an actual wolf. That shit was big as hell. He had a wolf. I said, how do you tame a wolf? They said, we don't know. But he's the only one, like that wolf will eat people alive. And you feel me? Not like actually eat them alive. But you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know what I mean? He'll sick them on them and then it'll yeah, the motherfucker go get him, but he was the only one that can control him. You feel me? And it wasn't that he was the only one that could tame him. And it's like he understood the beast's nature. And it comes with a level of respect of understanding that you're able to do that. And you feel what I'm saying? And so I said that story to say that it doesn't matter what the thing is, you can tame it. When you understand it, you understand what it is. You feel what I mean? And that's one of the quandaries, because a lot of times we just try to control the beast. You feel me? Or we want to put a reins or a bound around the beast that's so tight that it feels like, oh, the beast is working in my favor. No, you can't control the beast. You dig what I'm saying? You can't control the beast. You understand the beast, and you maneuver yourself and you move according to how the beast moves, and you learn how to move with it. You know, synergies and synchronicities or whatever the case may be, but you learn how to move with the beast, right? And again, a lot of this episode is going to I'm going to be making references to trading and investing, because in that dynamic, you have to learn the beast nature. Like I know I got one of my students who she killing this shit, bro. She's killing this shit. Like she fucking killing the shit, because she understands now the nature. Not only does she understand that it's the nature of the beast, she started to understand the beast nature. Body bags, like you feel me? She hit like whether it be crypto, futures, you know, options. You feel me? Stocks. It don't matter. Like she understands the beast nature, and she learns how to move with it. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of my references are going to be tied to that dynamic of the entrepreneurship side that I'm on, because it's, you know, and I'll make other references to some of the other shit that I do, but It's the beast nature. You feel me? It's the beast nature. And I don't think people take the time to understand that. We get so wrapped up on, oh, it's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. Okay, so what does that mean for you? Like when you if you're one who is in the space of saying, it's the nature of the beast, ask yourself, what does that mean for you? You dig what I'm saying? Really, what does that mean for you? That means that you're accepting that this is a reality and I just have to accept it. I just have to adjust it. There's nothing for me to do about it. You feel me? What Timon say on Lion King? He said, bad things happen, right? Simba was like, right. He said, wrong. When the world turns your back on you, you turn your back on the world. And that is, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna make it fit. It's like understanding the nature of the beast. You feel what I'm saying? It's understanding the nature of the beast to the context that you respond to how the beast responds to you. You feel me? And I think we look at how the beast, like whatever the beast is, it happened. Oh, it's just the nature of the beast. It happens to us. Okay, what happened back? Like, like really, when you really put things into context like that, and you just happen back. When something happens to you, you happen back to it. Like I don't think that is a conceptualization oftentimes, because the beast it's a beast. It's a wild motherfucker. Like, it's like, how are you supposed to happen back to something that you can't understand? You learn to understand it. You feel what I'm saying? You go down the depths, you go down the different rabbit hole levels and shit of thoroughly comprehending exactly what it is that's making this a beast to you. Because like I said, at some point, every pet that someone has is a beast in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's a goldfish, whether it's a shark in a tank, pit bull, whatever the case may be. In some regards, especially pit bulls, in some regards, people see them as a beast until you understand the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? Pit bulls don't really be fucked up animals. They don't be dogs. Like, you feel me? Oh, pit bulls are just naturally mean. They're supposed to be. No. You feel me? And then it's like, on the other side of that, you have motherfuckers who talking about, oh, my dog don't bite. Bitch, anything with teeth bites. That's the beast's nature. When this beast is put into a position to defend itself, it will. Don't tell me a dog don't bite. The bitch got a mouthful of teeth. That motherfucker bites. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you get bit, it's like, yo, it's the nature of the beast. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's still a dog. You feel what I mean? And people don't look at life like that as far as entrepreneurship, in the direction that we're going. I'm bringing it back. But as far as the direction that we're going, people don't look at the entrepreneurship like that. You feel what I'm saying? Sticking with the dog metaphor, this motherfucker has teeth. But you also know, now we're going to segue into the cliche that is used. Oh, he don't bite or she don't bite. You understand what they're meaning when they say they don't bite. It's not in that dog's nature to bite. This dog is a peaceful dog. This dog will sit under you. It'll cuddle you. It'll, put his head in your lap when you feel sick and things like that. That's the beast's nature, which means at that point, you don't have an issue with it. You don't have to worry about, oh, this motherfucker will bite me. Yeah, you understand the teeth part. Anything with teeth will bite you. But now you have to understand, because that's the nature of the beast, the teeth. But then the beast's nature is, the inner core of that thing. You feel what I'm saying? When it's happy, it's wagging its tail, it's jumping, like, the beast nature. Now, when you see the tail straighten and you see the motherfucker snarl happen and you start hearing growling, you can't tell me this motherfucker don't bite. Not at this point. You can't look at me and say, oh, he don't bite, she don't bite. Oh, no, I'm looking at the beast nature right now. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's like, what am I going to do with that? Am I going to kick the fuck out of this motherfucker if it jump at me? Am I going to take off and run? What am I going to do? Fight or flight response. Fight or flight response. You feel me? Are you going to fight and you going to bang with it, or are you going to flee from it? You going to run away from it? What are you going to do? Those questions are things that have to be asked when you're developing and you're going through your entrepreneurship journey and you face that point when it's the nature of the beast. Okay? So you have to define what's the beast nature. I don't care what your field of expertise is. I don't care what it is that you're involving yourself in. I don't care what it is that you're actively doing on a regular basis. There's a nature that you can understand within that beast. That beast has a nature. That's what you have to overcome. As an entrepreneur, that's your goal, to figure out the beast nature. If it's marketing, if you're struggling with marketing, you feel, oh, the nature of the beast is too much. The I'm I'm only doing this voice like this because this was me having a conversation. Oh man, there's too many people out there, man. I can't find the right audience. I can't do it. No, you can. You feel me? That's your superpower. That's gonna be like, sometimes the gift is the curse. You feel what I'm saying? Depending on how you're going to look at it. We're so busy. I mean, the curse is the gift, and a lot of times we only look at it from one side, gift and the curse and everything. We only want something to be a gift, not realizing, okay, well, this is a problem. Let me figure out what it is. You feel me? Like when it came to marketing, social media marketing and shit, like, I used to try to cheat. I used to really try to cheat. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Like for a lot of the shit that I was trying to move, I was trying to cheat because my main Instagram page, which is, what I'm saying, is the one that's like, now I'm realizing it's done because I was able to build all my other audience pools. And it's like, and I kept that one alive for so long because I was leveraging it. I was like, all right, I already built up this amount of people, and I'm just gonna use this audience and then fine tune it. It's like, nah, bro. Like, you need to go to exactly who you're looking for. You feel me? So that was on me. You feel what I'm saying? But that was one of those things where it's like I was blaming the nature of the beast rather than understanding the beast nature. So it was where, as far as marketing, it was like, okay, well, I already built this audience up. Let me use my main audience. You feel me? Make a whole bunch of shit that looks like that audience. And it's like, if my main audience is fucking with me in this regard, then they'll fuck with my products and shit. So each person, every product that I have is different from one specific thing. So I can't go to a pool and say, okay, now here's a group of the people that I'm looking for that I have. You feel me? Here's the thing. It was like, it started off where I was like, yo, here's the group of people that I have. Let me see what I can give to them. I had to switch and understand that was the nature of the beast. The nature of the beast was, okay, you have a bunch of people here. Okay, now go sell to them. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, no. The beast nature is, yo, here's what I have. Who's looking for it? That's where they hang at. That's where they at. Let me go over there. So it's like, random conversation. Yo, I do that. Wow, I've been looking for something like that. Cool. Rather than trying to convince motherfuckers, yo, I got what you're looking for. You feel me? I mean, not in that regard, but like showing some. No. Let me see how I can say this. So rather than like going to a place where somebody's already looking for something and saying, here, I have what you're looking for. That's the beast nature. The nature of the beast is more so, okay, here's something that I have, and I'm gonna make you see that you need it. Fuck no, that's too much friction. That's the nature of the beast, motherfuckers. Ooh, today's a bad day. I'm just not selling them. You're not going to the right people. You're not marketing to the right people. The right people, honestly and truly, the right people don't have to be marketed to. Because when you look at what marketing is when you're trying to get somebody into a state of belief about whatever it is that you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? And you use advertising to do that. But the nature of the beast is that, okay, just flood it. Just flood the market and somebody's going to find it. No, you go where motherfuckers are looking for it. It's so much easier. So much easier. Stop fighting the friction. You feel what I'm saying? But when we get caught up in the nature of the beast, we get caught in that loop of, I don't have to figure anything out. I don't have to adjust. I don't have to adapt. I don't have to change to exactly what I'm doing because this is just the nature of the beast. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. No, that's not the nature of the that is the nature of the beast, but it's so many more dynamics to it. Because then you have to understand the beast nature. Once you understand the beast nature, it's like, oh, I'm in control here. Yes, you are. You're in control of all of your shit. Anything that you decide is yours. You know what I'm saying? But the moment you lay down and you roll over because you're feeling, oh, it's just the nature of the beast. This is just the way it's supposed to be. This is just the way it acts. Like when you believe that, you stay stuck. You never develop. You never grow. You just sit in that moment and don't figure out the next steps. You feel what I'm saying? Because you may be trying to skip steps. You may be trying to ignore certain rules and certain dynamics. You feel what I'm saying? And One of the things that I started with when I was, trading and investing, especially trading, I would always jump time frames because I wanted something to happen right fucking now. You feel what I'm saying? And because I wanted something to happen right now, it did happen right now. It'll go on my favorite and go, and I'm like, yo, what the hell happened? Blah, 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 blah. And I would tell myself, it's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. The moment I spoke that over myself in regards to that, this was back in 2000, when I started, 2016, 2015, 2016-ish. 2016, I got heavy into it. That's when I made my first one. So yeah, 2016. So at that point, I'm just like, yo, it's the nature of the beast. You win and you lose, you win and you lose. No. I said, nah, this can't be. This can't be. I said, motherfuckers is making a living off of this shit. Motherfuckers is eating off of this shit. There's no way that it could just be the nature of the beast. So what is the beast nature? Now, I didn't ask this actual question, but I went on the exploration aspect of, I got to figure out why the fuck this happens. Why do I get stopped out? Why does it go against me? Why do these people kick in? What happens here? What happens here? Why are people? And I went on that quest. And when I learned the beast nature, shameless plug, I was able to create master in the market. You feel what I'm saying? And then know that I can translate this from stocks, crypto, Forex. It don't matter. Because I know the beast. I know the beast nature. I don't need to worry about the nature of the beast because I know the beast nature. I know what this motherfucker about to do. You feel me? Tying it back to the dog example. You feel what I'm saying? When you know the beast nature, you're not shocked when the motherfucker frowns up and you see the fangs and shit and the tail straighten up. You're not shocked. You know you need to prepare yourself. Because, bitch, either you going to bite me or I'm about to kick the fuck out of you. One of the two. But you know. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it was a Will Ferrell movie or some shit like that. Was it Elf? When the motherfucking raccoon attacked him and shit? You feel me? And he's like looking at it, he said, oh, he's smiling at me. No, bitch, he about to eat you the fuck up. He didn't understand the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? These are different dynamics that you got to understand as an entrepreneur. It's understanding these dynamics and it's understanding these capacities that put you into the next level every time. Do you need to go to another mentor? Do you need to switch up, or have you elevated beyond your particular point? What's the nature of your beast? You feel what I'm saying? What's the nature of your beast? Don't just make that excuse to sit on the shit and say, yo, it's the nature of the beast. Fuck that. It's not just the nature of the beast. You feel me? Things don't just happen. Well, they do just happen, but you happen back. You feel me? You happen back. You have been given the exact permission to happen back to things in life. The universe, Allah, God, Krishna, Buddha, Yeshua, Yahweh, whatever it is that you're calling it, it's giving you permission to happen back, but we don't. You feel me? I feel like, and this could be an extreme, I feel like the whole mentality of, oh, it's just the nature of the beast, that's victim mentality. So solve the problem. Like solve the problem. Can you? Will you? Do you want to? Not many people really want to solve their problems. You feel me? That's one of the differences between a entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. Because the entrepreneur just wants to get some money and look like they're doing it. They don't want to solve a problem. Because before you can solve anybody else's problem, that's what entrepreneurship is all about. How many problems you can solve. Like dead ass, bro. It's how many problems you can solve. When you figure out how many problems there are in the world and you figure out that you can solve at least one of them and you solve it well, you become an entrepreneur, then you monetize for it. You feel what I'm saying? You find a way to solve a problem. How you gonna solve another motherfucker problem? You can't even solve your own problem because you worried about the nature of the beast and you're not trying to figure out the beast nature. You feel me? It be like that. And I'm not on a holier than now type shit. I'm telling you, Hov did that. So hopefully you won't have to go through that. You feel me? I'm telling you about past experiences that I had. When I got stuck, I was just like, yo, maybe this ain't for me. You feel me? Or I would vibe with people who, in their entrepreneur space were still stuck. They're like, yo, why ain't I growing? It's like, well, I gotta plan this. I gotta okay, you've done enough planning. There's no more that you can plan. Be action oriented. You feel what I'm saying? But to be and I'm learning that a lot of the people who can't be action oriented is because they don't understand the beast nature. They're scared to get bit. You feel me? It's a lot of theory. Like I know people who, you feel me? They come to talk to me. It's like, this is why one of those things that I tell people is like, I'm going to get back to it. It's like, there's 4 levels to the mind: belief, knowledge, and wisdom, and understanding. I don't just believe I could do something. I understand why I can do it. And I've learned that that's a separating factor between me and a lot of people. You feel me? And I be watching how people will tell me, oh yeah, I got a book on this. I read this. I read that. Okay. Okay. What you want me to do with that information? Now I'm just telling you I know something about it. No, you believe it's doable. I understand how to do it. I don't need the books anymore. Now, granted, this is not to say I don't still read and study and grow and expand myself. But the point that I'm saying is I don't have to secure the belief in myself that it can be done. I've already done that several times over. I understand how it's going to be done. So there's no reason, you feel me? Because I understand the beast nature. The beast nature has already been exposed to me and revealed. So the nature of the beast is not, they're my pets. You feel me? It becomes like, seriously, yo, it becomes your motherfucking pet. Like, you feel me? It's really like that, like a domesticated animal. I know it seems so fucked up, but it's like, yeah, a domesticated animal. At one point, they were wild. At one point, you could not get close to them. You feel me? But then you have to reel it in, domesticate that motherfucker, tame that bitch, and but you can't do it until you know the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? So when we're looking at entrepreneurship as far as solving problems, it's deep. It's a lot deeper than that. You have to learn how to overcome the obstacles. The people that you know that fail at the things, and failure, it only sticks when you quit. Simple as that, bro. Sis, all y'all, a failure only sticks when you quit, and you quit because, my opinion, you don't understand the beast nature. When you understand the beast nature, you have no desire to quit because you just have to figure out how to maneuver around it. But when that deficit happens, when you can't figure out what it is that you're getting stuck with, it becomes a problem. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Day trading and investing and shit, like I said, I'm gonna use a lot of references from that because it correlates as far as what happens here. You know what I'm saying? You learn a certain dynamic and you put yourself in a certain capacity to where you're like, okay, I have to move with, or I see this moving. It's like, bam, you see green and go. Literally. It's psychological. Y'all teach that shit in the course too. It's psychological. You see green and go, you see red and stop. When it needs to be like, and it's purposely done this way. It's part of the psychology of the marketing shit. You know, it's purposely done this way because it's like, I know that if they see red, they'll stop and they'll sell to people who want to buy at a better price. Like, simple shit, but that's the beast nature. You don't just lose your money. Figure out how to lose it. Figure out how you lose it so you can win it and keep it. You feel what I'm saying? So that way you're not in trades too long. That way you're not doing things beyond the time in which you're supposed to be doing them. So now, segueing this back, because I'm going to tie it into the next part too. Because when we're looking at the aspects of learning it, it was like there was so much that I had to learn that I didn't know. I really literally thought the shit was just buying and selling, bro. Sis. Oh, y'all. It's like, yo, man, just put some money in the stock market. Fuck no. You can't just put money into the shit. You got to have a strategy. You have a plan. You got to learn how to read these motherfuckers. So you got to learn the difference of time frames. You got to know where the larger players hang out. You got to learn so many different things. So it's like, what is this beast's nature? That was really what it was. You feel me? And that came about in all facets of my reality. You feel me? Because when I was on these different spaces and in these different pockets, like everything that I do, I needed to understand the beast. I got a decent amount of beast under my belt. They're pets now, but I got a decent amount. But I had to go find them motherfuckers, yo. I had to go actually see and just couldn't complain about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I wasn't big on theory. I wasn't big on just saying, yo, this is doable. Like, nah, because that at that point, that right there is how MLMs work. That is how that MLM shit works, because the MLMs play on the fact that you don't know about shit, and the shit that they don't know about, they can charge it to the nature of the beast. Think back, if you was in an MLM, if you listening to this entrepreneurship shit, chances are you've done an MLM at some point. You feel what I'm saying? But think back to the MLM. They never told you what the beast nature was. They just kept reassuring you about the nature of the beast and that it'll get better. And you believed it. You believed it. And that's what it's about, because it's like you gotta learn how to separate yourself from that bullshit. There's a lot of clutter. There's a lot of fucked up shit in this world that's like, entrepreneurship wise, that's making you limit yourself. Fuck all of that shit. Let it go. You feel me? It is only going to continue to hinder you because you have to figure out what the beast nature is. You feel what I'm saying? When I wrote my first book, you feel me? There's a lot of hurdles that I had to get over. But I said, yo, what's the beast nature? Again, I'm conceptualizing this shit now, but all of that was just, theory at the time when I was doing it. I have people now I'm on my fourth one now. So Frail is in the typing phase right now. I'm on my fourth book now. You feel what I'm saying? And as I'm writing it, there's people who, yo, when I wrote my first book, oh, I want to write a book too. What do I got to do? Write the motherfucker. You feel me? Like, what you want me to do for you? What I do about publishing? What you figure it the fuck out? Like, what do you want to do? Like, I don't get what you want me to do for you. You know what I mean? It's crazy because it's like, I left them all. You dig what I'm saying? I left them all. And this is not like a bragging thing or anything like that, but it's like we do something different with the beast. Some people are afraid of the beast. Some people run from the motherfucker. Some people tame them. Some people make them their pets. Some people breed them. It don't, like, you feel what I'm saying? It's what you gonna do with the motherfucking beast. Like I said, I know people right now, I can't find time to do something. I watch them waste all their time. Like, the time is right there in your motherfucking face. Literally, it's your time. This is my thing. This is gonna sound so fucked up, but this is my thing, and this is one of those things I always say. I can't have remorse. I can't feel sorry for people who struggle to do something that I've done. You feel me? I can't, and they make excuses and justification for why they can't do something that I've actively done, because you feel me? They be like, I don't have time. It's your time. What do you mean you don't have it? Well, I gotta work. No, you don't know how to use your time. That's it. Say that. You feel me? That's addressing the nature of the beast. You feel me? The nature of the beast is saying shit like, I don't have the time. The beast nature is, I'm not utilizing the time that I have. Accountability out that motherfucker, right? It changes the scope of the game. It really changes the scope of the game. That's one of the biggest things about addressing the beast nature. You feel me? So it's like, I be talking to people, I just don't have enough time. How did you find time? It was my time, motherfucker. They were like, yo, how did you find time to work full time, do all of these things, write books and all that? It was my time. You feel me? It was my time. It was mine. I said, yeah, I'm working a job and you're going to pay me for being on the clock and shit, but this is still my time. This is my time. I wrote my first 2 books at work. Like, you feel me? There was no limitation to what I was going to get accomplished. It was funny as shit because when I wrote my very first one, which is So Frail a Reality to Black Male Masculinity, they laughed at me as I was writing it because I had this little flower. Because I went to the little gift shop at work because I worked at a hotel because I was doing valet and shit. This is before I became an account manager. At this point, I was just a supervisor. So I went to the little hotel gift shop and shit, bought me a little notepad because I said, I'm gonna write this book. I'm getting started. And so it had little flowers on the shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I needed the paper. I didn't give a fuck what it looked like. And that's one of the issues that I'm gonna get back to. That's one of the issues that hinder a lot of people. They worry about the aesthetic of shit. You feel me? So when I brought the notebook back, everybody said, oh, what you writing in your diary, your journal? No, bitch, I'm writing a book. It's your journal. You got little flowers and shit on it. Bitch, it's paper. I didn't give a fuck what the shit looked like. I didn't care at that point. I needed the paper, right? So every day I'm writing. Motherfuckers. You still writing your book? Yep. Wow. You still writing that book in that little journal. Kept laughing. Bang, 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 bang. And that's a sequence of orders in which shit came out. I finished the book, published it, did an ebook, did a physical book, and dropped it and released it. Because like, yo, you really wrote a book. Bitch, y'all saw me writing the motherfucker. But you made jokes. You laughed. He's in a journal. Like, I still got that motherfucking book right now. Cause that shit, fuck the flowers and the frills on a bitch. It had paper in the motherfucker. You feel me? Tying it back into the point of people say shit like, I don't have the time. No, you don't utilize your time. All right. Look. The markets are not a difficult place to understand. All right. You just have to know what you're looking at. And there's 5 things that you need to see before you can make any market entry. First, you need a pocket so you can know which direction the market is going in. Second, you need a pullback so you can get the better price. Third, you need a battlefield so you can see when that market movement is slowing down. Fourth, you need the upper hand so you can see when the market reactivates. And last, you need a final push so you can see the exact moment when it's time to go with the direction you are already moving in. Okay? Of course, there's so much more that has to go into that, and it's not as cut and dry as that. But those are things that I teach in my Mastering the Market course. So if you would like to learn more, please visit IamJustSing.com and check out the Mastering the Market course today. Although it is directed and specialized for Forex, all of the skills, I crafted them to be transferable to any market that you're looking at. So again, visit IamJustSing.com and check out the Mastering the Market course today if you are truly looking to master the market. You feel me? Now I get it. You feel me? I'm able to say that as a man, no relationship. In the time I didn't have a relationship, no kids. I don't have a relationship now. But in the time, no kids or anything like that. So that's different. That was different for me. But at the same time, like, you got to make time. You got to figure out it's your time. What are you going to do with it? You feel me? So by the time I got a promotion at work and started writing I wrote my second book. My second book was so much easier to write at work because I was an account manager at that time. I made my own schedule. Yo, it was crazy because like I would go downstairs, my team would be, I was like, look, I'm about to go downstairs and write this book. If y'all need me, call me. If not, leave me the fuck alone. And you feel me? Another book written at work. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you can do this at your job. You probably can't because it's like my job didn't require certain things. You feel me? But I learned how to fluidly flow within the time I had allotted to me. I didn't look at the nature of the beast. I seen what the beast nature was, and I tamed that motherfucker. I maneuvered according to what it was telling me it wanted to do, or what it was going to do. You feel me? So it's like when people ask me, like, how did you have the time to do it? Like, there's sacrifices you got to make. I'm not saying do this shit because I wouldn't do this shit now, not anymore. But I would sleep like 4 hours a day. For a year straight, I slept for like 4 hours a day. You feel me? But again, now I'm going to add another piece into the shit to show the depths of understanding the beast nature. I slept for 4 hours a day for like a year straight because I was, working. Sometimes I work doubles, sometimes I work triples, but I'll get about 4 hours of sleep, still building everything that I was going to do. In that, I knew I had to stay awake. I knew that, bruh, I'm going to be tired. So I knew that my body needed a certain amount of nutrients in that certain capacity. So I made a multivitamin, a herbal multivitamin. It helped my 4 hours of sleep. That's the part of it people don't get. People, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily get to that conversation of the piece because people are like, yeah, that was grinding. It wasn't grinding. I had to start thinking smart. I still needed nutrition in my body. I still needed energy. I still needed certain things. So I figured out a way to get energy, get my sleep. And, that is a part of understanding the beast nature. There's ways of compensating to figuring things out. That's what people don't like. The nature of the beast just looks at it like, oh, I'm tired. I got to figure this out. Nah, bro. You got to realize maybe you're doing too much. Maybe something needs to stop. Maybe you need to give something up. You feel me? A lot of times that is another reason why the beast nature the nature of the beast is what it is. And you can't figure out the beast nature because you don't want to. You don't want to tame it. Certain shit has to be given up. You feel me? I knew motherfuckers who would say shit like, oh, I just can't give up smoking, or I just can't give up this. All right, deal with those consequences that come with what it is. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I knew somebody who would buy what they buy man, I can say their names. I guess I can say it. They buy like $100 a weed a week, $100 worth of weed a week. All right, it's $400 a month. They told me they ain't never got no money. They said they ain't got no money to invest in anything or to start. You do. You just don't want to address the beast nature. The nature of the beast says, I want to do X, Y, and Z. The beast nature said, I got to give this up. Just imagine, I'm like, yo, you can even go back to smoking your little weed in about 3 months. You feel me? If you're spending $400 a month on weed alone, 3 months, that's $1,200. You feel what I'm saying? By that time, you can make so much more than that, and then you can smoke as much weed as you want if you want to. But it's the sacrifice. It's understanding the beast nature. Within the beast nature is what you're gonna sacrifice to tame that motherfucker. That's the separation in the people. It's one thing and it's good to talk about. Oh, it's the nature of the beast, motherfucker. Nature of the beast, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Now, how do you tame it? How do you tame it? That's what we have to get to as entrepreneurs. That's what we have to get to in the next phase of this reality. Stop addressing the nature of the beast. We know that there's the nature of the beast. We know that the beast has a nature. What is it? And how do you make it work in your favor? Because if you just understanding that it's the nature of the beast, you know that it's working against you. How do you make it work for you? That's the shit that we in. That's what it is that we're trying to get to. That's what it is that we're trying to develop to. And that's what it is that we're trying to express ourselves as entrepreneurs for. What you in it for if you're not trying to find what the beast nature is and tame that motherfucker? Solve the problems. You feel what I'm saying? Going back to the thought process that I was saying about the different levels of the mind, belief, and understanding and shit. Like people who tell, yo, I got books on Bitcoin. Yo, I got books on stocks and but are you in the game? The fuck are you telling me for? Like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, I've been at that point years ago where you are now. So it doesn't excite me. Like, what do you want me to jump for joy because you're now getting into it? No, you're not into it. You're not into it. You don't understand the beast nature yet. So you're still trying to learn the nature of the beast. So you can have okay, well, what's stopping you from executing? That's what it's all about, bro. Like execution. Fucking execution. At what point are you going to have that execution? When do you cross the line? You can't execute until you know the beast nature because you're scared of it. Throwing that whole nature of the beast shit out, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you from what I've experienced and what I've seen with people and what I learned from myself. When people keep talking about the nature of the beast, they scared to get in. They scared to get in. For what? The longer you wait to get in, the less experience you're gonna have. That's just the life. You know what I'm saying? That's life in general. But it's specifically for entrepreneurship. The longer you wait, the less experience you get to have with it. You feel what I'm saying? And we live in a space where people don't want to understand the beast. They want to keep observing the beast and try to like, well, what's going on? Like, no, get in the mud with that motherfucker. You feel me? Get in the mud with that motherfucker. You will see that the beast isn't as bad as you think it is. It damn sure might not be as good as you think it is. You feel what I'm saying? But you understand what it is, and you learn how to make the proper decisions and the proper choices on how to maneuver. Don't nobody want that shit. Motherfuckers are scared of that shit because it's like, well, what does that mean for me? It means you have to fucking change. You have to change your mentality. You have to change your actions. You have to change your thought process. You have to change so much about yourself in order to compensate for the understanding that you have with the beast nature. Just knowing, it's the nature of the beast. That shit sound cool. It sound good. It sound dope as hell to be able to say that, yo, it's the nature of the beast. Fuck the nature of the beast, bro. What you gonna do about it? Like, for real. I pose that question right now. What are you gonna do about the nature of the beast? Fuck complaining about it. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, this ain't working. Okay, cool. Adjust, adapt. You feel me? Adapt. How are you going to make this necessary change? I don't know. It's the nature of the beast. This is what it is. Nah, fuck that. You know the beast nature, and the beast if you know the beast nature, the beast ain't gonna ever fuck with you again. The beast ain't gonna ever fuck with you again. Do you know why? Because it sees that you can control it. You can tame it. You feel me? Something as simple as when a dog is up, hyping and running this shit, and you say sit, and the motherfucker sit down. The bitch gets calm somehow. He's tamed. Start taming your animals. Start taming your beast. This shit ain't hard. Difficult, maybe. But it ain't hard. I know synonyms and shit, semantics, difficult, hard. It's, you know what I mean? But break the mentality that the shit is impossible. Because it's not, like I said, the moment you identify that something is just the nature of the beast, you shut your mind down. They say words are spells. They are. But you feel me? There's a lot of times, there's a lot of expressions in which those words um do something to somebody and it makes you stay in that space forever. Uttering the words is just the nature of the beast. You don't even want to know what the nature is, bro. Sis. Oh, y'all. Like, you don't even know, you don't even want to know what the nature is. What makes it a beast? What makes it tick? What makes it do this shit? And in entrepreneurship, that is a number one question that you're gonna have to. That's a question you're gonna have to answer quite frequently, and that's something that you're gonna face every single day you are an entrepreneur. What's this beast nature? If you're gonna keep getting better, if you're gonna be able to adapt, or you're gonna be able to adjust, you have to understand the beast. It's that simple. You feel me? You can't keep complaining about the shit. Like I be watching, like one thing that I do is I get shadow banned. Well, I used to because I ain't on that page no more, but I used to get shadow banned. And I used to see people get shadow banned too. They don't want me spreading this information. I'm gonna get shadow banned. Okay, cool. Figure out a way. I knew one of my favorite battle rappers, he showed me how to crack the algorithm. And I would always like when you can see beyond certain shit, like surface shit is like real shallow to you. So he's a battle rapper. One of the best battle rappers to ever do this shit. And the way he puts words together and the words that he uses, like, I know he reads. You feel what I'm saying? I know he thoroughly reads. So I will be on his Instagram page. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be looking at some of the shit they be talking about, like, this nigga can't spell. Like, motherfuckers be in the comments like, this nigga can't spell. But I'm like, bruh, do y'all not know some of the words that, like, the words that he uses correctly means that he knows the definition of them. Means he identified them. Like, so he did a video and he broke it down. He was like, and it's Daylight, by the way. I don't if I didn't say his name, but he broke down the algorithm and shit. He said, I purposely spell wrong and I say shit this way so it can get what I needed to get across. He said, y'all really, and it's like, I already knew this, but it's like the confirming. He was like, yo, y'all really think I don't know how to spell? He said, have you heard my battles? Do you not hear the shit that I be saying? You really think I don't know how to spell? Do you know how many books I read on I'm like, damn, that makes sense. And I get it. But he showed me how to crack the algorithm. Like, it's like, okay, at some point, you can't just, you feel me? Like, you got to learn that you can't say certain shit. But it's like, oh, it's the nature of the beast. What I was getting to with that was like, those people that get mad, okay, you get shadow banned, it's nature of the beast. When I want to pop back up on your news feed, I just start posting bullshit and I fuck up. I put certain shit in the captions for a reason. It shifts the whole algorithm to put it back into the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's the nature of the beast and understanding the beast nature. The moment you start to see that you have ultimate control over this shit, whatever your entrepreneurship journey is, you have the ultimate control over it when you understand the beast nature. Shit. And that motherfucker start bucking. You look at that motherfucker in his eye and say, we ride at dawn, motherfucker. Tell that shit what's up. Don't be out here, oh, it's just not for me. That's one of the another things. I feel like that's gonna be an equivalent to saying it's just the nature of the beast. You feel me? That shit, what's for me is for me. If it ain't for me, I ain't gonna have to. All right, you lazy motherfucker. I hate that fucking phrase with a passion. Like, when people say shit like that, if it's for me, I ain't gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to work twice as hard if it's yours. 3 times as hard because it's yours. I don't care what deity it is that you serve or whatever it is you feel like you need to lock on to. But if you feel like it's just gonna give you something that you don't have to work towards, you're delusional than a motherfucker. You feel me? And it gets me even more when I hear people that are religious as far as Christianity goes, because they'll say things like, what's for me, I ain't gonna have to work for it. And at the same time, quote, to whom much is given, much is required. What do you think that fucking means? And you think you don't have to work for shit because you got quote unquote favor. No, that's why y'all fail so much. That's why y'all fail so much. And I don't mean just y'all. I mean people as a whole who believe in the conceptualization that, you know, to whom much is given, what you require. But what is for me, I ain't gonna have to. So, bitch, you not whom? Are you not whom? You feel me? You're the whom. Damn it, to whom much is given, much is required. And at the same token, believing that if what I have to, what's for me, I'm not gonna have to work for. Where they do that at? You feel me? They don't do that at nowhere. I know that's not grammatically correct, but they don't do that at all. You feel what I'm saying? And if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you need to break that stigma within your mind right fucking now. And stop playing. You feel me? It's about to get real, real serious right now. Real, real serious. I ain't gonna say dark, but it's gonna get real, real serious. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Y'all flex for social media. Y'all flex for, you know, the family or whatever the case may be, or whoever you want to stun on and shit, and you flexing, but you ain't really doing what you're supposed to be doing simply because you are stuck in the capacity of the nature of the beast. You don't want to address the beast nature. Now, some of y'all are also, you feel me, acknowledging the nature of the beast and reaffirming to people that it's the nature of the beast rather than still giving them the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? That's the problem you got to solve. Anybody can continue to talk about the nature of the beast. Okay, cool. I'm a motherfucker who knows what the nature of the beast is. Whoop de fucking do. You feel me? I see it no matter what it is. The woke people, everybody has some kind of information. Everybody has some kind of thing. It's like, what next? You feel me? Like, there's a concept where motherfuckers is like, yo, do the work. What the fuck is the work? Ask a motherfucker who's telling you to do the work. Shadow work. Okay, what's shadow work? The work of your soul. Okay, well, what is the work of your soul? Well, you know, when you tap in. Tap into what, motherfucker? Like, tell me. They can't. You know why? Because they just know the nature of the beast. They don't know the beast nature. It's good. It sounds good to continue to reaffirm motherfuckers got to do the work, but how many motherfuckers gonna show you what the work is? You know the motherfuckers who's gonna show you what the work is? You have to pay them. You have to pay them. And this is why the lines get blurred, because you know that you have to pay people who are, and the people that you paying, they'll tell you the nature of the beast too. But when you pay for it, they'll give you the beast nature. But on surface, they're not gonna tell you they know the beast nature. So you assuming, oh, I got the nature of I know the beast nature too. Cause feel me, if we talk about the same thing and they talk about this, it's like, no, y'all talking about the same thing, but y'all can't talk about the same thing. You feel me? That's one of the scary parts about all of this reality. And that's something that I've noticed happens to a lot of people. You feel me? In this game, in this entrepreneur game, it's like, who can identify the nature of the beast the best? That's what it's been reduced to. Who's going to identify the nature of the beast best rather than who can tame the beast? You feel me? Because then the motherfucker, hey, I'm going to keep it a hundo with you. The prices go up. The better you become at taming beast, the more expensive you become. You feel me? It's not theory. It's not speculation. It's my reality now. Every time I tame a new beast, my price goes up. I get that shit so much. I was listening to, what was it, Move Forever, when Jay was like, yo, you hear that? That's the sound of the price going up. And I realized that as I get better at certain shit in life, my prices go up. My prices go up. And it's not that's capitalism. That's this, that, and third. No, because I have to now balance time and money. That's all this shit is for me. Time is money, right? My prices go up because I know that what I now have to give you requires a certain amount of time out of me. Time I'll never get back. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to meet me with that. And then when you get to a point too, where it's just like, when you get to a point where you don't need the money, really, your prices go up too, because now it's like, yo, you're literally paying for my time. Like, this is one of the reasons why I put things into courses. This is one of the reasons why I put things into books, because I'm good at a lot of the shit that I do. You feel me? I'm good at a lot of shit that I do, but I don't want to be hands-on with you. I don't have the patience for another motherfucker. Like, I know this shit about to sound so trash and so fucked up and so dark, but I don't have the patience to sit with a motherfucker. So you gotta, because I have to Let's reference back to what I was talking about with the 4 levels of the mind. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm dealing with motherfuckers who are only operating from the belief level of the mind. So now I got to I got to teach you this shit, or I have to get you to a certain point, but I have to break through your belief. I have to teach you how to know. I have to teach you how to understand, how to experience and develop the wisdom. And I have to teach you how to understand. Then I have to teach you all 4 of these components. And the thing that you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me. Like, this is not like some tying it back to my Master in the Market course. My Master in the Market course is not simply, yo, you're going to like, no, you know how to understand and read a market. So I created a course. Well, I want to do a one-on-one. You have to pay me because now you're taking me away from my trading. You're taking me away from my book writing. You're taking me away from my family. You're taking me away from my friends. You're taking me away from the shit that I want to do when I've already put the shit out there. You feel what I'm saying? I've already put the nature to the beast out there. What are you going to do with it? You feel what I'm saying? And that's one of the sides of where people don't want to accept that part about the entrepreneurship journey. Like, as they develop and they go forward, when they start to realize the nature of the beast, that becomes intimidating too. Keep acknowledging that it's the nature of the beast, and your competition are people who have defined the beast nature. Where do you fit in that? You're going to end up regurgitating everything that they do. You're going to end up stealing their shit or trying to keep up, and you can't do it. I know somebody who is pretty much stealing at this point, regurgitating a lot of the information that they studied. They were like almost damn near verbatim. And they wonder why can't I push through that wall? Because all you're doing is presenting the nature of the beast. You're going to fold at some point. At some point, you're going to fold. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody likes to be able to identify the nature of the beast until it's time to start expressing the beast nature. You know, one thing that I get from people is they'll say shit to me like, you don't have to know everything, but would you fuck with me if I didn't? Ask yourself that as an entrepreneurship, as a true entrepreneur. Would they fuck with you if you didn't know everything about the shit that you talking about? Let the naysayers say what the fuck ever. But the motherfuckers that are going to compensate you, the motherfuckers that are going to pay you, you need to know everything. There's no way around that shit. So fuck the people who are mad that you have eclipsed their information. You have learned more. Fuck them. Stop trying. That's another thing. Let me go ahead and segue. Like, who you're doing this for needs to be for the people that have the problem that you're trying to solve. Everybody else is bullshit. Fuck them. Respectfully. Fuck them. Respectfully. And you have to stop trying to conform your shit, box your shit into what another motherfucker only understands about the nature of the beast. They don't even know that it's a beast at that point. So fuck the nature. Fuck them even understanding. They don't even know that it's a beast. They believe that, oh, I can do this. No, you can't. So you get trying to convince these types of motherfuckers who are on some shit like, well, you don't have to. Yes, you do. If you serious about your craft, you need to know everything about it. You need to know the beast's nature. I don't care how many. This is why you got to stop talking to motherfuckers who are going to reassure you and start talking to people who are going to give you advice. I got a podcast episode on that. It's EntrepreNEGUS. I don't know which one, but it's reassurance and advice. Stop talking to people who are going to give you reassurance. You feel what I'm saying? I got people right now, like I said, I'm on my 4th book, and I got people telling me don't forget to send it to an editor. You need to worry about writing the book that you said you was going to write. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Like, I have momentum at this point. Like, the shit that I got to do now, I don't even have to think about anymore. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But it's levels. It's levels, because when people are unafraid are afraid or not able to when they see the nature of the beast, they would rather critique and look at somebody else's, the beast that they have tamed. You feel what I'm saying? And speak on them. Oh, I think you should do this. I think you should shut the fuck up. Respectfully. You feel me? Because It's like you got to stop taking you think you're taking advice from people when they're just reassuring you about shit, or they're dissuading you from shit. They're not giving you advice. They're telling you what they would do in your circumstance, or what they should, or what you should do if you were them. You're not. They're not you. You can't take advice from them. You can't take advice from them. We live in such a world where people feel fucked up if you don't take their advice. You don't do what I do. Like, you feel me? I will never, ever, ever hit a random motherfucker up and say, hey, yo, you think I should take this USD yen trade? You think I should take this New Zealand CAD trade? You think I should invest in fucking Naked brand right now? Are you in the game? Do you even know how to read a chart? Why would I ask you for that shit? Oh, I'm just saying, yo, I think you should. How? What merit do you have that qualifies you to think on what I'm talking about, on what I'm doing? And that sounds very ruthless. That sounds very rude. Ask yourself that question, though. What merit does a person have that qualifies them to give you advice? Now we're going to get a little bit deeper and tie it back into the episode. What merit do you have that qualifies you to be in the realm of entrepreneurship that you're in? Because that right there, the merit that you have determines whether or not you have understood the beast's nature, or if you're still acknowledging the nature of the beast. You gotta be on point with your own shit. You feel me? It's one thing to externalize and look at other motherfuckers and say, oh, they don't know what they talking about. I'm not gonna listen to them. Do you know what the fuck you talking about? You feel me? Do you know what you're talking about? Are you able to stand firm in the reality of everything that you speak? Or do you just know the nature of the beast? Because, oh, this is what I want to do. Okay, well, how do you do this? Well, I don't know. I can admit that. All right, the moment you start to get to that bullshit, well, I can admit that I don't know this, or I can admit that I don't know that. Like, I've gotten into arguments with people about religions. This is completely tangent, but I'm talking about it from this perspective because it fits. I've gotten to people in arguments about religions, completely not seeing the set degrees of separation until it gets to the kind where I can admit I don't really understand it that well. And yet, this entire time, you acted as if you did. Right? You tried to go back with something you knew nothing about. That's just a religion. Now let's tie that back into how it fits into entrepreneurship. Is that what you're doing right now? And that's why it's the nature of the beast? You sound good talking about it. You sound like you, but you can only sound good around motherfuckers who don't know what you're saying. You feel what I mean? Nobody can critique you. Nobody can say, yo, that's off. You doing this wrong. Or that's not this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can do that. So you surround yourself with the yes people. You surround yourself with the people that are reassurance. You surround yourself with the people that only know the beast. And because you know it's the nature of the beast, but you don't know the beast's nature. You feel what I'm saying? I know it sounds like semantics. Well, the beast's nature is the nature of the beast. Hear what I'm saying. When you understand that the nature of the beast is the thing, the beast's nature is when you're able to understand the thing. You dive deep into it. You manipulate the beast's nature. But when it's just the nature of the beast, you don't know what's going on. You know that something is happening, but you don't know why. You don't know how. You don't know when. You don't know where. You don't know how. To what extent. You don't know these questions. Can you answer whatever it is that you're doing right now, whatever it is that you are entrepreneurship about, and you an entrepreneur, can you answer those 5 questions about what you're doing? Don't give me it's too hard. If it's too hard, get the fuck out of it. Answer those 5 questions about what the fuck it is that you're doing. You know that, whatever, but you need to know why, how, when, where, to what extent, and what, or whatever the other question is. All of those. You need to be able to answer those questions about your shit. And not just give a sufficient answer, an answer that suffices what you think a person wants to hear. Nah, take them down that rabbit hole. Take them down that rabbit hole. One thing that I do that I just started doing recently is with my master in the market. Cause yo, since leaving my main page, bro, that old main page and shit, bro, I got so much motherfucking time, bro. I'm so glad I'm done with that shit. But I'm able to use my master in the market page to, put random trades up, right? I literally, no bullshit, I put random shit up. I just go in and say, okay, I'll pick a time frame, pick a pair, and pick something. And I literally break down why that trade will and won't work in the initial post in the initial trade, right? And so they're like, yo, it's not. And then I do the post trade and I'm like, and I always put read the caption because I literally broke down in the trade analysis, yo, this ain't gonna work anyway. Like the most recent one I just did, I broke down, said it's a 1 in 3 chance that this trade is gonna go in favor, but I don't see it going in. It's risky. I wouldn't get into it, right? I posted the post trade. Somebody comments, oh, that's a bad one. That wasn't my trade. That's just a teaching tool. If you go back to the previous reel, you will see exactly what. Oh shit, you did break it. I told you. I knew before the shit happened, and I knew what was going to happen afterwards, and it happened exactly the way I said it was going to happen. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say this. I'm tooting my horn about being great, but at the end of the day, it's also about I understand the nature. I understand the beast nature. You feel what I'm saying? I'm tying that back into the beast nature. The nature of the beast is, oh, the trade didn't go the way you wanted to go. Why? Why? I knew before the trade even moved which way it was going to go. That's the beast nature. I understand the beast nature. So I'm like, and again, when I put that in the caption, I was like, look, it's a 1 in 3 chance this bitch is going to work. That means it's a 2 in 3 chance it's going to fail. I don't like those odds. So I wouldn't get into this trade, but we'll see how it plays out. And it played out exactly the way I said it because the beast nature was what I understood. So fuck the nature of the beast. That's where motherfuckers, oh, it just got stopped out. I ain't worried about getting stopped out. I'm worried about getting in at the right time. I already know what's going to happen. I ain't gonna say no because you never say you know for a fact. It's anticipated. It's highly anticipated which way this direction is gonna go. So that's what I need to be dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? And bringing this back into one more time to the EntrepreNEGUS episode and the nature of the beast and the beast nature. You yourself have to ascend and acknowledge and accept that reality for yourself. That you have to know the beast nature. It's that simple. You can't just go around gloating about the nature of the beast because you're going to keep talking about people who just know the beast. You feel me? Or don't even know the beast at all. So it's one thing that if I can keep telling you, because now I'm just reaffirming belief. That's how the MLMs work. That's how all of these things work, where it's like, I've had people that have enrolled in my course who are in MLMs and say, yo, bro, in your first week, I've already learned more than I did in the last 6-7 months. I know, because I'm teaching you for real. I'm not trying to keep you hooked along and bring people on. I don't give a fuck how many people you bring on. This ain't a team thing for me. I want the individual to understand how to do this shit. I'm not sending out signals. A person asked me, yo, are you going to send out signals? No, I don't teach you how to rely on me. I teach you how to do this for yourself. That's where it starts the separation, because a lot of people that just like the nature of the beast, they don't want to learn how to do it for themselves. That's why they don't go into understanding the beast nature, because the beast nature is scary and it's only dependent on how well they understand that motherfucker. And don't forget to take a moment to go get your exclusive merchandise from Just Scenes merch. At Just Scenes, each piece is specifically crafted with positive imagery and symbolism. From the titles and designs to the descriptions, each style gives you something to feel great about. With everything from hoodies and tees to coffee mugs and tote bags, we have something for the entire family. So be sure to get yours today. Find us on Instagram at Just Scenes merch and get your merchandise right now. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there, bro. Sis, all y'all. I feel like this was a good episode. I kind of jumped around a little bit, a lot of bit, but hopefully the gems and the nuggets were still in there the way they were supposed to be, because the nature of the beast is beyond what people are willing to give credit for, willing to put the credence on it. Because what do you do when you don't know what the fuck the depths of something really is? You dig what I'm saying? A lot of people get afraid of that. And like I said, in your entrepreneurship journey, you're gonna face that a lot. But are you willing to overcome it? Are you willing to stand firm and go like, or are you just gonna be in a space where you continue to loop the cycles over and over again and just continue to, oh, let me make a lateral move to go deal with another motherfucker who's just like where I am and who's stuck like me, but we gonna act like we ain't stuck. And we just gonna keep talking about the same shit to seem like we not stuck. But you feel what I'm saying? Knowing that we stuck because we don't understand the beast nature. We don't understand the beast nature. And because we don't understand the beast nature, we don't know how to maneuver correctly. So we'll be in spaces where we're telling ourselves and we're utilizing inconsistent metrics. You know what I mean? We're looking so much from a perspective of um I'm gonna say it, belief. You believe you're an entrepreneur, but do you understand why you're an entrepreneur? Do you understand what it is to be an entrepreneur? You feel me? The four levels of the mind: the belief, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I got an episode on that, and I'm gonna have a full in-depth breakdown with Soulful 3 drops. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something different, but you gotta be able to get past your like reaffirming belief is bullshit. Cause all you're doing is continuing to go into the same vein of something to make yourself hype yourself up that it's right. That's insanity if you're not solving the problem that's causing you to be stuck. You feel me? Sometimes motherfuckers be thinking that they unmotivated or they lack discipline. No, you don't understand the beast. You haven't identified the beast nature. That's why it makes it so hard for you to stay consistent. That's why that momentum is hard to get over. You haven't hit that hurdle. You haven't hit that piece and gotten over that moment that allows your momentum to stay going. You always reach a certain point because there's a level of understanding that you don't have about the beast. Sometimes it's not as simple. Sometimes it's not as complex as I just don't have drive. It just may not be for me. I'm just unmotivated. I lack discipline. Why? Why? There's something there. You feel what I'm saying? Habits are easy to form. Habits are easy to form when you understand the beast's nature. You feel me? How do you think motherfuckers become alcoholics? They say sometimes it's, generational, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that could be true. But to the motherfucker who just decided, okay, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to get drunk, they experienced the beast. And they experienced the beast in such a way that they were initially able to control it. And then some people can say, functioning alcoholic, they control the fuck out of the beast. Never know. Never know. You feel me? But it's not just the nature of the beast. You got to understand it. It's also in the same thing, developing habit, breaking addiction. Addiction and habit is the same shit. Opposite sides of the same coin. It's just how you decide you have to break them or break it or initiate it. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same level. You have to understand the beast. In your entrepreneurship journey, you got to understand the beast nature. You can't just look at the nature of the beast and feel like it's supposed to be this way because it's not. You feel me? If you failed at something, if you like, oh shit, I fucked up. Oh, I'm a fuck up. Or this just can't be fixed. No, that's arrogant as fuck to think that you can't do something better. You feel me? Oh, this is just the way it is. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is just the way something is. Okay. Well, stay there. Stay there, buddy. Don't grow. Don't evolve. Don't change. Don't transform. Don't transform. Continue in that trajectory that you want. Because you cannot accept that there's more to the beast. I hope this episode don't come off like a chastisement, like I'm, talking shit. Because I know a lot of the episodes be real lighthearted and shit. This one has to be done this way. I don't know why, but this is just what it is. There's somebody right now that's listening to the shit. They're stuck, or you're afraid, and I ain't gonna say you're afraid. You stuck, and you don't think you stuck because you think this is where it's supposed to be right now. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to be at this phase. No. Are you understanding the beast nature? Or are you justifying the nature of the beast? It's that simple. It's that simple. If you're not understanding the nature of the beast, then by default you're going to be justifying the beast nature. I mean, if you're not understanding the beast nature, then you by default justifying the nature of the beast. You feel me? On and on and on and on and on and on again. Like I said, I had my moments. You feel what I'm saying? When I was doing my marketing and shit, it was like, yo, I was relying on my main social media page audience. They don't even, half the motherfuckers don't even read beyond my caption. So why would I sell them books? You feel me? Some of the motherfuckers aren't mature enough for certain shit. So I can't like, you feel me? But that was some shit I had to learn. I was stuck in an insanity loop. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was stuck in an insanity loop where it's like, okay, I'm still gonna use this audience, but now let me see who wants to do this. Who's in this vein? Why am I not getting any growth? It's still in this vein. It's like, duh. None of these motherfuckers are your audience at all. Go to your audience. The marketing changed, bro. The marketing template and strategy changed. And it was like, as that changed, I was like, yo, I don't need this shit no more. It's just a matter of time before I leave it. I was trying hard not to go because I thought I still needed it because it's like, I built this audience, da 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 da, and all of this shit. Like, at some point, it's like, okay, that's it. That's the end. I was so busy focusing on the nature of the beast. Oh, it's just the nature of the beast. Things don't hit, things don't settle. And you find the people who were, I'm going to say it like this. It was a one-to-one thing. Because when I found my main page audience, then I did a lookalike audience. Let's say it was a decent amount of people, right? And then I marketed to those people and shit like that. My main audience wasn't buying, right? My lookalike audiences have the same behavioral patterns as my main audience from that page. They not gonna buy shit either. Like, just because you decide and you want to put certain things on it, like this is a behavioral system that they're fucking with. They're not fucking with it. I shifted and said, you know what? Let me look for the people who are actively looking to do this. Shit changed the reality for me. All of the audience is different. And because my thing was, and part of the nature of the beast then started, my thing was, if these types of people fuck with me, then they'll fuck with what I have in conjunction to what I'm putting out. No. You have to go to the people that are going to put out and just say that I have this my way. Those who fuck with it, fuck with it. Those who won't. But don't be trying to show people like, yo, I fucks with you. We fucks with each other. We in the same type of niche and pool. So we should fuck with each other off of this. Like, no, let it go. Let it go. And as somebody who, like I said, I experienced both sides of those. I had to start to understand the beast nature from all dynamics, whether it be writing books, whether it be marketing, whether it be advertising, whether it be fucking whatever, all of the shit that I do. I look at the nature of the beast and I look at the beast nature. I don't just, oh, that's the nature of the beast. Like, no, like motherfuckers be telling me I'm so hard on myself. I got women who would tell me, yo, you're so hard on yourself. You need to relax sometimes. No, I have to understand the beast nature because this beast is whooping my ass. You're not helping me in a fight. You're not going to help me fight the beast. You're intimidated by the beast. You admire me for facing you just admire me for facing the beast. You ain't jumping in this motherfucker. This nigga done bit me 12 times. The fuck am I supposed to do? What you mean not be hard on myself? I got to understand this motherfucker. He ain't biting me no more. I'll be damned if I get bit a 13th time. I'm being dramatic. I ain't like, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like that. You as a person, if you're in your entrepreneurship journey, if you hear, you feel me, you need to tap in. You need to tap in and understand the beast nature. You already know the nature of the beast. You feel me? You already know the nature of the beast. There's no more that you can know about the nature of the beast. Now you need to understand the beast nature. So there's nature, to understand the beast nature. So the nature of the beast don't fuck with you no more. That's what's whooping your ass. The nature of the beast and your inability to understand its nature. Yeah. It's a word. It's all of that shit, whatever the fuck this, all of that, whatever y'all caption the shit with and talk about. You feel what I'm saying? You there. You there. Push through. Push through. It's okay. Sit, get some more books, get some more resources, study the antithesis of something. Sit at the feet of somebody. Learn. Don't just be, it's the nature of the beast. Because now you in the same vein of those motherfuckers. If it ain't for me, then if it's for me, I ain't gonna have to work. Like, no. If it's for you, you gotta work twice as hard. If it's your shit, if this the nature of the beast, you gotta understand the beast nature. You cannot limit yourself anymore. Push through that fucking wall, man. Level up. You feel me? Every day, I'm shameless plug again, mastering the market course or whatever. Every day I'm learning new content. Like I'm learning new ways to become better and better and better and better and better and pushing the envelope to learn the beast nature. You feel me? Within the last few weeks, I just learned how to fucking see the exact moment when the market direction turns. You know how fucking huge that is? You feel me? Because it's the nature, it's the beast nature. Because if the market direction will always be the one that fucked me up. It's like, yo, why am I can run the trade correctly, then it's like, bam. Like I'll get like 3 bangers off of it, a particular currency, and then it's that 4th banger that's like it goes the other way. I'm like, why does it go the other way? Then the light bulb hit. Yo, because the market direction changes and now the pullback is happening. It's like, oh shit, I got it. And I've seen it consistently on every single thing. I got this shit now. It just pushed the envelope. So I was always good at it. Just, now the nature of the beast. Nothing surprises me about trading anymore. Like it'd be crazy as hell. Nothing surprises me. So much so that I can look at a trade before I even enter, and my spirit, like my intuition, will say, that ain't good. I can feel that shit ain't gonna be good without even having to truly analyze it. You feel what I mean? That's what it's like to understand the beast nature. Whatever your craft is, whatever your brand is, whatever it is that you're doing, that's where you need to be. Even if you just selling shit, sell shit in a way that you have to, learn how to market, learn how to advertise, learn how to put out good quality products, learn how to do that shit, but understand the beast nature. When you understand the beast nature, you're never caught up in it's just the nature of the beast. Because now you've made that bitch your pet and you can put it in timeout if you want to. You can put that shit outside. You control the beast when you understand the beast nature. You feel me? I don't know who that was for. But yeah, you on some shit and you need to tighten up. Yeah. But stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. It's time for you to go to that next level and push through. You feel me? Don't worry about the nature of the beast no more, but learn how to tame that motherfucker by understanding the beast nature. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it there because I got other things to do. So go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And if you're in the space of, I want my kids to be business owners and shit, you better start teaching them now how to understand the difference between the nature of the beast and the beast nature and teach them how to go through that shit. Because last thing you want to do is pass them a business on that they don't know how to deal with, that they don't know shit about, that they're going to fuck up. I get it. We need to start allowing our children to be a part of the businesses that we do and a lot of things that we do when we grow. They're not too young to learn shit. Like that's a facade in its own. People, oh, you're too young to know about this. No, they're not too young. They're not too young to know about it. You're just not knowledgeable enough to explain it to a child. Bow, bow, bow. I know we got to flip it because I was always taught that if you can't explain to a 6-year-old, you don't know what you're talking about. So everything that I break down, I can explain to the kids. I had to, because it's like, if I can't explain to the kids, then damn, I don't know what I'm talking about. Using these big words and using all of this rhetoric is beautiful. It's cool. It's dope. It's, professionalism. That'll be the next EntrepreNEGUS. But it's professional, but it ain't professional by skill set because you don't know it enough to show a 6-year-old how to do the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we need. That's what space we need to be in. Our kids aren't too young to know shit. You feel me? We just haven't reached the level of understanding with it to explain it to a child. You feel me? Half full, half empty. It's water in a cup. So with that said, go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And I'm going to see y'all all on the next one. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.